Today, I would like to show you how to add your own materials to instructional materials in Schoolnet. Schoolnet is a component of Homebase, a product used in North Carolina schools and created by Pearson Products. This product is also frequently known as PowerSchool or PowerTeacher. I'd like to take you to my account once that I've gone into Schoolnet and show you how I can add my own materials. We talked about how I can research materials by using important keywords and find them and link to them, but I can also go to my materials. And you'll notice I'm just getting started. So I would like to create some materials. If I click on this drop-down menu, I know I could create an instructional unit or a lesson plan or an assessment or a resource. Well, I have so many things, and for me, Homebase is a great place to get organized so that I can pull all my resources together and later on link them to my lesson planner, etc. So I'm going to say that I'm going to just upload a resource here to put into my materials. So I'll say go. And when I go here, I have 4 tabs here for creating this new resource. Some of these blanks have red asterisks next to them, and that means that I need to put in some information. So I know that I'm working on a unit about sports, and so I'm just going to call it Los Deportes because this is not really the whole unit. I'm just going to work on a piece of this unit where I'm going to upload this resource so I won't lose it. So I'm going to try to scroll down, okay, and don't forget you can also type in your area and it'll pop right up. I know that I'm doing this for 6th grade. I've got a 6th grade Spanish class, and I'll say this PowerPoint is for Unit 4 in 6th grade Spanish. It includes visuals of famous people from around the world, especially from Spanish-speaking countries. Famous people and the balls for their sports. Okay, so I know that this is I want to do it in minutes because it's not going to last an hour. It's just a PowerPoint. I might use it for 20 minutes, let's say. Okay. Activity, gee, it's not anything to read in terms of an article. It's not anything to listen to. It's not a document. Well, you know what? It's a presentation, not a spreadsheet, a web page, a video. So it's a presentation. Could be just for me to use as the teacher. Not sure if I want to send it out to my students or not, so I'll say this no. I'm going to put my name in here because I created it. Okay, and I'm going to list myself as the publisher. And now I'm going to save that and continue on to the second tab. This is where I can align it to my standards. And this is very important if you're going to be sharing this with your school or your district, or if you want some resources to go up to the state. The importance about the state resources is that those that are in Homebase are aligned to the standards. They're vetted by users of these resources that find them valuable for instruction in North Carolina, but they're also aligned to the standards. If I don't remember my standards, I can click on them here and I can read them and I can figure out which is the relevant one and which one to click. But you know, I don't need to always connect things to the standards. I might just be using this as an organizer because I know that I want to have all my materials in one place. So I could skip that and I could go to section 3. I might have a template that I have for lesson plans. There's a great lesson plan feature in here as to what are all the various components of a good lesson. But right now, you know, I'm just doing something simple. I'm going to upload a file. I might want to be organizing all my URLs and putting them into my materials so I could find them later on and share them with my students. But for now, I'm just going to say choose a file. And I've gotten it already. It's called Te Gusta Jugar Los Deportes. So I'm going to open that up. And I can see that it loaded. It's right down here. Okay. I'll say upload. And I'm going to say save and continue. Okay, here in section 4, if I want to be really thorough, there's a lot of interesting information here that I can add. What type of resource is it? Gee, how could I? Oh, definitely. I want this for visuals. Really not interactive. It's something to show. Um, Geez, I'm looking down to see what would be helpful here. And as you can see, there's so many wonderful categories. They may not be all relevant to what I'm doing. So now I say, wow, in terms of revised Bloom's taxonomy, I could include this. But you know, if you remember, I'm just doing this for my own purposes to organize it here. If I were creating that really complete lesson plan that I wanted to recommend to the state or my district, I might say that this is focusing on remembering and understanding. There's not a lot of application in this. And if I can say save, okay, I could see that that was spinning. And now it looks like I'm supposed to do something next. The important thing here is to go down to where it says View Material. This will take me to where my resources are. And so now I have that entry that looks so professional, just like all the other entries there in Homebase, but this is only in my materials. Nobody else can see it at this point. I could submit it to my school bank. Oh, you know, I may have made a mistake. I could go back and edit it. I could copy it and call it two different things. Maybe I'll also use this for 7th grade Spanish, and so I want to give it a copy it and create some more information about it. And I also could create a PDF of what this lesson plan is in terms of all the pieces I wrote about here. Here's my PowerPoint that I uploaded, and here are some standards here for novice low proficiency level. Okay, so this is pretty exciting. Now if I go back to classrooms and I go into instructional materials and I go to my materials, I now have something inside my materials. And I can go on creating lots of resources here that will be mine that I can search along with other resources that come from the banks from Homebase Schoolnet. That includes resources found by people within North Carolina, and also there are links to those resources from SAS Curriculum Pathways. So hopefully that is helpful. You have now learned that you can create your own materials and upload them into your own bank and house them here in Homebase for easy organization and ease of sharing them with students and other people.